Hi Leo, this is your horoscope for December 2016. Thanks for joining me. It's really nice to be with you today. Now, the first major significant shift that you're going to notice here in December is that Mercury, the communication planet, so the way you communicate and think and behave, that comes out of the very romantic placement in your fifth house in Sagittarius, which has made you really kind of adventurous and outward looking. That now moves into Capricorn in your sixth house. So it's all business. It's no nonsense. Mercury in Capricorn is dry and practical and grounded, and it's focused on results. And the sixth house is about your day-to-day routine and your working life. That is where you're going to be focused on. You will try and make that the best it can be. I think you're going to feel very diligent suddenly, and you will want to, get down to business and to get things done. You're going to be very results oriented. You've also got a lot of other energy sitting in that sixth house, really making it a priority and really making it an area of real focus. You have the Moon, Venus, and Pluto all in Capricorn. So there's a lot of Capricorn energy here for you, Leo. A lot of earthy, practical energy that you can use to get results. Now, the Moon is what you feel comfortable with, and Venus is what you love and what gives you a sense of personal fulfillment and joy. So you can really be creative with your day-to-day routine, with your working life, and you can really transform it so that it matches how you want it to be. Whether that, okay, we're deciding to move house because it'll be much better living in that location. We'll have more sunshine, we'll be next to a lake, it'll be fabulous. So that's the kind of thing, really changing practical things so that you're happier with your life. Now, Venus is in Capricorn here until the 8th of December, when it hops over your descendant and it sits in Aquarius in your 7th house. And the focus shifts now again. So Mercury is still in Capricorn in your 6th, so that focus on the daily routine continues, but it becomes less focused. Venus in Aquarius focuses you back onto relationships, but not so much in the sense of romance and exploring things for yourself in a passionate individual way, but it's much more magnanimous and humanitarian and caring and philanthropic even, and you start to really think, what can I do here for other people? How can I make a positive contribution to the world? So there's a lot going on. You now focus on your own life, how to make that better, and possibly because you are in such a good place and because you realize that you're making good changes for yourself, you want to make changes for other people as well and support them and help them. So there's a really big, not necessarily a social conscience, but a love for humanity, a love for other people, and a genuine desire to help. So very charitable. Mars is also in Aquarius in that 7th house, and Mars is the personal planet of drive and desire. And it's at 21 degrees, which is about communication and expressing yourself and making new beginnings in a sense. And that in the 7th house means that you're focused on other people and how you can make a positive contribution. But it's not that you just love doing this, but you also feel genuinely driven to do something. And when Mars and Venus come together, the archetypal male and female, there's a new beginning in some sense. So if you get together with some other people, or you're doing this independently to maybe raise some money, like a GoFundMe, or you want to start a charitable trust, or you want to do a foundation of some sort, your personal planets really, really support that from the 8th of December through until the 19th of December. So if that's what you're looking to do, you don't need to wait until 2017. You can really make a difference now. On the 14th of December, the full moon occurs. Now, there will be a separate video on the full moon, which goes into a lot of depth. But as far as you're concerned, Leo, this full moon happens in your 11th house of other people. So the full moon is in Gemini at 29 degrees. It's going to be very, very communicative. It's going to be very open. And again, it's very much going to be focused on service and how can I communicate and how can I express myself and get my inner fire out into the world to help other people. So this focus here via your Venus and Mars on other people and how you can make a contribution really hits its peak during this full moon, and you will have a breakthrough, or you will feel that desire at its most powerful. So it's important that you engage on that level in some way. Mars moves from Aquarius into Pisces on the 19th of December, and now we've got a lot going on in your 8th house of institutions, other people, bureaucracy, institutions, things that are that are kind of static in life. And also the institution as such of the unmanifest, the other side, the occult, the things that we do not have access to, the solid bodies that we as individuals connect with, and they seem bigger than us. Okay, so you've got your rising sign, your Chiron, Neptune, your South Node, and your Mars in that 8th house. So there's going to be a real sense of having the sight, or an otherworldly connection, feeling other people's pain, connecting with your own intuition, being able to connect with spirit, with the other side. It's almost like a little doorway has opened in your mind's eye, and you have another source of information working now. It's like a trade route between two cities. Something starts, okay? And the two cities are your own mind and the other side, and suddenly some sort of road has been formed and you start to get information from somewhere else. So use that in the sense of, please guide me, what is it that you want me to do? Because when you take divinely guided action, you cannot go wrong with it. It will always make your life wonderful. That's the best side effect of having a spiritual practice, because when you start to do what spirit wants you to do, it always ends up well. It always ends up being really, really positive and adding wonderful things to your life. Now, also on the 19th, Mercury goes into retrograde, and it stays in retrograde until the 8th of January. So it's in your 6th house in Capricorn. The focus on sorting out your daily life and transforming it is better, becomes more difficult, and if you're trying to make changes, it becomes more stifled. So if you are altering things in that sense, try and do it before Mercury gets into retrograde, because any sort of communication becomes much harder. Contracts, phone calls, there's much greater room for misunderstanding. So if there's any possible way for you to avoid that, please do. On the 20th, Mars, which is now in Pisces in your 8th, begins to conjunct Neptune, this dream planet of aspirations, of the other side, of the intuition. And these two stay in conjunction, so they stay next to each other until the 10th of January. So for you, this gives you so much drive and so much potential spiritual connection that you can really make so much headway like you never have before. Mars in Pisces traditionally isn't particularly comfortable. Mars is a fire planet of drive and desire, and it wants to get somewhere. It rules Aries, so it's fire, it's about having a goal and pursuing it relentlessly. Pisces is the opposite of that, really. Pisces is about connecting with spirit and not really going anywhere. It's stationary. So Mars tends to be frustrated, but now with this connection with Neptune, Neptune is an outer planet, it's huge, and it's at 9 degrees in Pisces, so it is the essential spiritual force. And it kind of soothes Mars, and it allows you to channel this Mars energy in a way that's productive, and for you to channel it into spirituality. And I would expand that also into creativity and also music. And it really allows you to make a lot of progress. And this is kind of a unique placement. So this period from the 20th to the 10th, if you're a creatively inclined person, if you're a spiritually inclined person, this is like manna from heaven. This is perfect. On the 28th/29th of December, depending on where you are in the world, Uranus is coming out of its retrograde period, and it goes direct. Uranus is the planet of rebellion and eccentricity and doing things differently, and the 9th house is expansion and education and travel and broadening your horizons. So what this seems to me to be saying is that this spiritual connection that you have here in December gives you the ability to really visualize and get clear about what it is you're trying to achieve, where you want to go in your life, what you want to learn, where you want to live, what skills you want to have. And this period of soul searching here really gives you the ability to move forward in the new year and to sign up for a course, or to move house, or to start a new business, or to sign up for a different curriculum. It's really about discovering and having the information. This is what I want to do personally. This is my mission, and really having no doubt about that, and then just going ahead with it. So you become much more galvanized into action here at the end of the month, and you hit the ground running here at the beginning of the year. Now on the 29th of December, The new moon is in Capricorn, and again, there'll be a separate in-depth video on this, but it sits in your 6th house and it urges you to work and to take practical action. So this energy pushes you even further, and it's not just that you're running into the new year, you're kind of galloping forward and you really have so much energy to get things done. So you really feel, oh my God, I've got so much on my plate, I'm excited about it, I can't wait to get going, and there's a real sense of drive forward. It's really like Leo is excited here at the end of the year. And an excited Leo is someone who can really get things done and who's positive and who puts a lot of good stuff out there in the world. So this is exciting for not just you, but for everyone who comes into contact with you. So I hope you have a wonderful month. If you would like a private reading based on your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth to look at how these energies affect you specifically and what that means for your soul purpose or what's coming up in your career or finance or with children or love or romance, then please get in touch via my website for a private reading. The website is gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and order your reading with me there. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, and I'll speak to you soon.